Alex Neil, well done. That was a very, very pleasing start to the season for you.
Yeah, I think it was important that we started off well. I think we know the qualities we've got as a group, and certainly at this level we should be causing teams problems, But I think it's an easy thing to say that. I think it's another thing doing it, and I think what we've done is, I think this is the first win in like 14 years. Somebody's reminded me. In the first start of the season, I think that may have been you. So yeah, listen, really pleased. I thought the players were great. I thought their attitude throughout the game was great, and we got our just results because of that.
I think the attitude is the thing that's impressed most people today, because you've got a lot of players there who were brought to do a job in the Premier League, down to the Championship. Would they fancy it? Well, yes, you saw that today in spades, didn't you?
Yeah, and my job's to get them sort of physically ready, but mentally ready as well. And the one thing we want to do is show everybody how good a team we are. And the fact we want to get back into the Premier League where we think we belong, So the only way to do that is to win as many games as we can. And all we've done today is make a good sort of marker really in the first game, but we need to take that into next week now.
How do you do that? Is it by encouraging players, telling them that you think they're Premier League class, or is it a few home truths and say, look what happened last season, make sure it doesn't happen again?
I think there's a balance to be struck. I think what we want to do is make them aware of how good the players they are and the damage they can do to teams at this level. However, not get ahead of ourselves, because it's going to be a long, hard season. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs. But I think what we did today is we showed everybody what we're capable of doing. And I think if we can play as well as that, then we've got a great opportunity this season to have a good year.
You showed a lot of faith in Jacob Murphy, starting with him today, and that was some way to repay you, wasn't it? What a goal.
Brilliant. It was really, really good. And the two Murphys, James Maddison, Sergio Canos, Alex Pritchard, we've got some real sort of quality young players coming through, and they'll play their part this season, because we're going to have injuries and suspensions and even a loss of form at times. And I think having a younger squad and some hungry young guys coming through is the best thing for us, And I'm really pleased for Jacob, because I took him out of the Hanover game last week, and what I said to him is, listen, I'm not now fixing the Hanover game this week. I'm here to beat Blackburn, so that's why I played him last week, is because of the view to him starting today, and I thought he was excellent.
Yeah, and the forward players getting goals as well, that's always pleasing, isn't it?
Yeah, and there's been a lot made of the fact that we're short on strikers, which I agree with, but I think obviously we're short on strikers, we scored 4 goals, so it's not a bad start.
Yeah, and the other thing as well is the creative players. We saw Blackburn try to keep men behind the ball. We saw a lot of teams do that to Norwich last time you were in the Championship. You've got a lot of players, you mentioned them there, that have to have that trick to break teams down.
And I've got about 5 or 6. There's not many more teams going to have that type of quality, and that's why I've got them all basically. I've brought them in because I think at this level we need to find a way to break teams down. If we can't get through them, we need to go around them, and I've got a whole sort of plethora of options that can do both.
You're always looking for improvements. Any disappointment about the goal you conceded, that little period of play there? Yeah,
really disappointed, because we spoke about sort of denying crosses into the box. So first and foremost, the cross coming into the box, and then I think the body shape of our defenders could have been a bit better to prevent it. But it's something for us to try and hopefully work on and get better at.
You mentioned it already though, that I'm sure that result doesn't change the way you're thinking in the transfer market.
No, there's no bearing on it whatsoever.
And Stephen Naismith just told us that the team wanted to show their intent today, and they did that for you, didn't they?
Yeah, and that's what we were speaking about this week, was the fact that we need to shake off last season that's gone, but what we need to have is a real sort of determination and focus about this year, and really going to attack the games, and we're here to win every game. We don't want to go out and be accepting of we're just sort of here to pick up a point or whatever. We want to really go and try and attack the league and see where that takes us.